That was Miya Masaoka, and we'll be speaking with Miya shortly.
Miya.
Hi.
Welcome, Miya. Oh, great. We can hear you. That's wonderful. There's always a little bit of a changeover because Mia's just obviously been in performance mode, plugged in, and had to unplug, and is now joining us from Berlin. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us what you were doing for.
Or about the instrument itself, too.
Well, I was used to, it's kind of, I call it the grandchild of the big koto that I used to play, that I still play, but it's basically one string or one wire, and it's almost like the most reduced, most basic kind of, just from a simple one string or one wire that is possible. So it's kind of an abstract concept of just this one thing, and then all these things can try to be manipulated from this one thing. But I was also using a synthesizer and some oscillators on my computer as well. So in addition to the one string, yeah. And the, you know, the oscillators create these different tones in this, so the tone, and then the synthesizer also is creating these other kinds of frequencies and filtering. So it's actually, you know, I'm hoping that it's this organic sense of working with these kinds of frequencies and vibrations.
It definitely seemed organic. It was really beautiful. But it's also interesting because, you know, you have everything that ranges from sort of normal koto music to koto, which is like pushing the idea of what a koto is as far as it can possibly be pushed. The strings made out of, you know, light impulses, and, you know, so it's kind of interesting. And I know you do lots of other things other than that as well. So, but it's interesting to think that you're in the process of trying to figure out how to take something traditional and push it.
Yeah, yeah, it's been, I mean, the gesture of plucking something from the air, or, you know, is such a primal universal kind of activity. And as the string is basically from bows and arrows and from so many cultures. So it's very much part of our, you know, long history as human beings, as Homo sapiens, I suppose. And, you know, it just makes sense that as a composer trying to find sounds from, you know, from whatever it is and reeking them out and squeezing out whatever possible potential timbres there are. It's kind of, that's the impulse I feel.
And Miya, you're one of the handful of creative artists that are joining us, who are joining us from Berlin. And it's kind of a magic sort of coincidence that we've been interested in all of your work, and then this festival comes to us from Berlin. How has that environment been for you? I mean, I know there's a pretty serious lockdown, but how is the creative world for you in this lockdown in Berlin?
Oh, that's such a hard question. There's so many experiences that you think you could have had or would have had if that hadn't been a lockdown. But then on the other hand, when you do meet with people, those interactions are so much stronger because everything is amplified because of the isolation and the lack of contact. So it's kind of interesting. And I think, it changes our mobility, our physical mobility, and it reworks the brain in a kind of way that's both bad and good, and it's always shifting. But I think that different ideas come in different ways that might or might not have come otherwise. So it's really hard to say moment by moment, to analyze how it's going. But everyone's in survival mode to a certain extent as well,
Well, I hope you do get out to the cafes before you come back to New York.
I hope so too. That would be awesome.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a fantastic performance, and it's so great to see you.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, when I was commissioned in 1999, by Bang on a Can, it was just such an important part of my life and my creative life. So, I cannot thank you all enough for having done that, decades ago, and continuing to support and be in contact. It's really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you again, Miya, and
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye.